Church of Yarmouth. My name is Sarah Whitty. I'm a worship assistant on our worship council, and I'm so glad to be greeting all of you this morning. Excuse me. A warm welcome to everyone gathered here in our sanctuary on Main Street, and a warm welcome to everyone who's able to join us online on Zoom. So glad you're here. At First Universalist, our mission is to explore our faith, embrace this community, and to engage the world as spiritual seekers. May we take these words to heart. If this is your first time to our congregation, warm welcome. Please fill out a connection card, which is in the pew rack right in front of you, so that we can connect you with programs and things going on that might interest you. You can drop it in the offering plate when it comes around. For those of us joining with young children, nursery care is available all during the service at the end of this hall, right on this floor, on the left. It's left. Following our service, all are invited to join us for coffee hour, our time of friendship and fellowship downstairs in our gathering room. A couple options coming up on that in a sec. For more info about our church happenings, see your Sunday morning news, or come ask us questions at the welcome table, which is right inside the room downstairs. We'll help you connect to anything that you're looking for. Before we begin, I have 3 announcements this morning. First and foremost, next Sunday, Pie Sunday. Woo! It's a high holy day here. There will be pie for all, and all are welcome to bring a savory or sweet pie to share during coffee hour. And we need people to just show up and eat the pie, too. So we just can't wait. Following our service today, we have our monthly New to First You meet and greet. So it's downstairs, halfway down the hall, common room, sometimes called library. It's opposite the glass door in the Peace Garden. So all new and new-ish comers to First You are welcome to grab coffee, come down the hall right after service, meet with Hillary, Gwen, and other members of the Board of Trustees. Informal, just get to know you, say hi. Hope to see you there. And third thing, following our service today in the kitty corner, a little later, from 12 to 1, and the kitty corner is right down the stairs, that with those flowery walls and built-in benches. That's the kitty corner, named after somebody named Kitty. We're going to have a Building on Love conversation circle. And these gatherings are times to ask questions about why we're having a comprehensive campaign, that's annual plus capital, and how it's all going to work. Those who join us at the kitty corner at 12 o'clock will be welcomed with pizza and cupcakes. How's that for transparency? Before we begin our service, last thing, I'd like to ask everyone who is helping out with the Building on Love campaign to help by one more thing, to do one more thing you can do by stand up and surround us all around the room. So if you're on the steering team, could you get up and stand all around the room on the wall? If you're on the 95 Main mini team working on basement or building envelope, please stand up. If you're on the kitchen mini team, please join us in this circle. If you're on the sanctuary and audiovisual team, maybe you know about the AV systems that we're going to work on. If you've been working on grant writing, right? You know who you are. We have a mini team working on grants. If you're helping with estimating and contracting. How about communications? If you're on communications, and I got everybody on the steering team, right? So Beth, who's here on the video, made the beautiful video, and she's still on communications right now, but she's in our circle. And some people are on Zoom too, and the chair of our comprehensive campaign team is John Auble, and he's not here today, and he's incredible. So anybody else you want to call out? Okay. Let it be known then that there are many who couldn't be here today, but our hearts are so grateful for this outstanding team effort many, many great contributions. So let's thank these people. Woo! Thank you so much. Thank you. And your work isn't done. There's a place for everyone in this campaign. There's a place for you in the giving. And please take a breath and hear these words. There's a place for you in the giving, and we mean at every level, chipping in at any level. We know that there are worries upon the land, and we just can't say this enough. Please know, we know, you're doing your best. We all wish we could give more, right? I mean, I wish we could. So wherever you are with your numbers and ability to make any commitment, whatever you can give, you are loved for who you are, what you bring, what you do, and we will be fine. Don't worry about it. I mean it, just a tiny bit, we'll be fine. It'll be wonderful, because we're going to do together what we cannot do alone, right? Is there anybody here who could do this alone? No way. It really is a team thing. So I just want to thank you and thank each other for that. Let's have one more whoop. Can we do it? 1, 2, 3, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Okay, together we can make a better whoop, right? Whoop. And now, take a deep breath. We're here to create this sacred time and space. Our music director, Sam Chandler, and our Sunday strummers will lead us into worship. Thank you.
You know you can't keep letting it get you down, and you can't keep dragging that dead weight around. If there ain't all that much to lug around, better run like hell when you hit the ground. When the morning comes, when the morning comes, you can't stop these kids from dancing. Why would you want to? Especially when you're already getting yours. Cause if your mind don't move, your knees don't bend, well, don't go blaming the kids again. The morning comes, when the morning comes, let it go, this too shall pass. Let it
Thank you, strummers. Whoop! Good morning, everyone. How are you? It's so good to see you. There are 18 days until spring. Whoop! Whoop! I'm Reverend Hillary. I serve as the minister here of our church that honors and rests upon land once and still tended by Wabanaki peoples on the banks of a sacred muddy river once called and still called the West Custago. And it is with peace and friendship that I say, whoever you are, wherever you're from, whomever you love, whatever it is you have done, however it is you have arrived at this place today and wherever you're headed next, you are welcome here. And we are so glad that you too have joined us in peace and friendship this morning. Today, on the first Sunday of our month of trust, we consider a few things that we can truly rely upon in this life: the presence of joy, the presence of sorrow, and the fact of change. Our grounding words of invocation this morning are by the visionary Afrofuturist author Octavia Butler. I share her poem, Earth Seed. Here we are, energy, mass, life shaping life, mind shaping mind, God shaping God. Consider, we are born not with purpose, but with potential. All that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change. Let's say it together. Do you wanna? God is in this. I know we have mixed feelings about God in this room. Feel free to swap out the word God with one that resonates more deeply with you, perhaps love or nature or sunshine, whatever it is. Spirit. This is our UU space. I'll read a line and then you can repeat it after me. Earth seed. Here we are. Energy. Mass. Life shaping life. Mind shaping mind. God shaping God. Consider. We are born not with purpose, but with potential. All you touch, you change. All you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God, soul, spirit, love, is change. Let it be so. Good morning, my ever-changing, ever-new friends. As we settle into this bright space together, let's turn to our neighbors now, wish them a good morning, and ask them how they are. And friends, will you rise now in body and spirit and join in singing our opening hymn? Thank you, strummers, for leading us. Number 1, May Nothing Evil Cross This Door, in your hard-backed hymnal.
up here. 1, 2, 3, 2. May nothing evil cross this door, and may ill fortune never pry about these windows. May the roar and rain go by faith made strong, the rafters will withstand the battering of the storm. This heart through all the world goes chill and keep you warm. Peace shall walk softly through these rooms, touching our lips with holy wine, till every casual corner blooms, and to a shrine with laughter drown the raucous shout. And though the sheltering walls are thin, may they be strong to keep hate out.
Remaining risen friends, will you join me in the words of our unison affirmation that are written in your order of service? We are united in seeking to increase love with justice and to constitute a free church open to all people, mindful of our past and drawing upon modern knowledge. We respond to the spiritual needs of persons and are devoted to the common good in community, nation, and world. We cherish the integrity of each individual and search for truth with reason as our guide. We respect differences of opinion and strive to be a democratic community. We are concerned with this world and open to the future. Thank you all. You may be seated, and our friend Sarah will light our chalice. Thanks, Sarah.
We light a chalice, symbol of Unitarian Universalist peace and friendship around the world. What a good thing to do. Could I have any children available who would like to help out? There's a couple jobs to do. Come on down. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hi. Would you like to hold the microphone, please? And so we say words every Sunday, and all the grown-ups will join in. Remember what we say?
Your house with peace and friendship.
Okay, I'm going to light the match, and then I'm going to hold it over in this area, and everybody can help me blow it out, so you already have a job. Ready? Come on. Here we go.
We light our chalice with peace and friendship.
Thank you so much. You can go back and sit down with your families.
Good morning, Gwen. Good morning, Mac.
Good morning. Today, we want to tell you a story about a famous actress, her personal assistant, an old man, and some magic.
So, once there was a celebrated actress who had all the money and fame she could ever dream of. But she still felt like there was something missing, something she couldn't quite explain or describe.
The actress texted her personal assistant one day with an unusual request. She wrote, "I want you to find me some fab bling, something that no one else has. And not only should it be Sigma, but it also should have magic powers."
The personal assistant was dismayed. She quickly texted back, OMG, magical powers? IDK how to find bling with some magical powers.
The actress sighed and picked up the phone and FaceTimed her personal assistant to explain further. You know this bling when you see it because the magic works like this. Whenever you're feeling happy and you look at it, you then become sad. But whenever you're sad and you look at it, you become happy.
The personal assistant, whose job it was to field unusual and demanding requests, agreed to find this item.
One more thing, said the actress. I wish to wear this to the next Oscars celebration, so you have exactly 1 year to find it.
The personal assistant nodded and soon began her search. Of course, she started looking in and around Hollywood. She asked other PAs if they knew where to find such an item. She checked exclusive and upscale boutiques and called famous fashion and jewelry designers to see if they knew of such a magical item, but she had no luck.
As month after month passed, the night of the Oscars drew close, and still she had no luck finding this magical bling. And just as the personal assistant had almost given up hope, she found, tucked away on a side street, a small, crowded antique store full of unusual curiosities. When she entered the shop, she was greeted warmly by an elderly man who asked her if she was looking for anything special.
Yes, she said, I'm looking for some bling, so like a ring, a necklace, a bracelet, something that has magical powers.
Oh, said the old man, an item with magical powers is easily found here. I have this bronze-colored magic lamp that holds a genie. I have this golden apple that's full of enchantment.
No, said the personal assistant. I'm sorry, it's a very specific magical item. See, if you look at it and you're feeling happy, it should make you sad. And if you look at it when you're sad, it should make you feel happy.
Ah, smiled the old man, I have just what you need. And then he pulled out a beautiful locket and handed it to the personal assistant. When she opened it up and looked inside, she knew immediately that she had, at last, found what she was looking for. It was the day of the Oscar celebration, and the personal assistant knocked on the door of the actress's dressing room. The actress had been nominated for her part in a recent movie and was feeling exuberant as she called out for her PA to enter the room.
I found it, exclaimed the personal assistant, rushing to put the locket into the actress's hands. The actress smiled and admired the lovely locket for a moment before opening it. Upon opening it, though, her face fell. Her happiness had changed to one of sorrow. This was indeed the magical item she had wanted, for inside the locket were written the words, "This too shall pass."
And now the actress, the personal assistant, the old man, and all of us here too, we now all know this magic, that all things, good or bad, happy or sad, will pass.
They learned that nothing in this life is permanent. No feeling will stay forever. No moment will last forever. And knowing this is a joy and a sorrow, that all things are temporary and the only constant we have is change.
There is also a magic in knowing this. It lets us pay attention and cherish those good times and gives us relief to know change will come in harder times.
And so ends our story.
Now today, for our kids and our junior youth group members, we'll be staying in the sanctuary just a little longer today so we can share candles of joys and sorrows and listen to some music. And then Gwen and I will come back up front and say our children's blessing, and we'll leave for Children's Chapel and junior youth group. And also don't forget, the Animal Refuge League fundraiser is today for junior youth group after the service.
This too shall pass. Friends, we now come to the time in our service that we set aside for quiet prayer and meditation. So please keep your whooping to yourself for this portion. This is a time to reflect on the past week or look forward to what might come in the days ahead. This is a time to offer loving kindness to someone who could really use some loving kindness right now. Or you can just be here now, in this moment, and all that it offers in sensation and emotion. Following our quiet, we'll have a time to light candles, but first, will you join me in taking a deep, refreshing breath in, a calming breath out, and relax into a sacred time of quiet. At this time, all are invited to come forward and light a silent candle for the prayers and meditations you keep today. Though we'll not be sharing our feelings out loud this morning, our gathered community and I hold your joys and sorrows with you today and always. If you'd like to light a candle, just come forward, take a candle from the basket, light from our chalice, and place it in our pot of collective sand. We ask that as you place candles, you begin at the far end of the pot and move towards the pulpit. And if there's a child with you who'd like to light a candle today, please accompany them as they do. For our friends joining virtually this morning, please write in the chat if you'd like to have a candle lit for you in the sanctuary this morning. We also encourage you to light candles at home at this time. Does anyone wish to light a candle this morning? Will you join me in a short prayer of loving kindness, friends? Repeating these simple lines after me, imagining that these words were catching a breeze and moving across the whole earth, touching everything that needs to hear them. May we and all beings be happy. May we and all beings be healthy. May we and all beings live in safety. May we and all beings know peace. Amen. Let it be so.
Half of our offering this morning will be shared with Atlantic Black Box. Atlantic Black Box leads a grassroots historical recovery movement to surface the region's suppressed history of racial violence and oppression, shining a light on efforts by historically marginalized groups to resist oppression, fight for justice, reclaim their heritage, and express the depth of their humanity and creativity. Atlantic Black Box, led by Meadow Dibble, offers participatory archival research, storytelling, relationship building, and walking, cultivating embodied connection to people and places. For those in the sanctuary this morning, we will be passing the offering plate to one another. For those gathered with us online, you are invited to make your offering using the donate button in the order of worship or by dropping a check in the mail. Thank you, everyone, for your generosity.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what you're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. If you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Find out what you're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'cause that's what friends are supposed to do. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll always have my shoulder when you cry. I'll never let go, never say goodbye. You know you can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. Please join us for our song of Thanksgiving. From thee I receive, to thee I give, together we share, and by this we live. From thee I receive, to thee I give, together we share, and by this we live.
Thank you all for your generosity.
And now we will say our children's blessing together. We are Unitarian Universalists, people of open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. All right, and we're going to the upstairs classroom again for Children's Chapel, and junior youth group will come out this way too.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the light of love surround May the light of love surround
Thank you, Strummers. Thank you, Sam. That falsetto was whoop. Our reading today is by the Tibetan Buddhist teacher and founder of Shambhala Buddhism, Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche. It's an excerpt from his book titled Smile at Fear, Awakening the True Heart of Bravery. He writes, fearlessness is a question of learning how to be there all along. To be fearless is to relate to whatever arises with a sense of sadness and tenderness. We reject the aggressive, hardcore street fighter mentality. We have no hard edges. When tenderness tinged by sadness touches our heart, we know that we are in contact with reality. We feel it. That contact is genuine, fresh, and quite raw. Sometimes people find that being tender and raw is threatening and seemingly exhausting. Openness seems demanding and energy consuming, so they prefer to cover up their tender heart. Vulnerability makes us nervous. It's uncomfortable to feel so real. To be a fearless warrior, though, is to be so tender, without skin, without tissue, naked and raw. It is soft and gentle. You've renounced putting on a suit of armor. You've renounced growing a thick, hard skin. You are willing to expose naked flesh, bone, and marrow to the world. No problem. So our theme this month, a fitting challenge for this unstable and uncertain time, is trust. And while many of us may place our trust in different things, trust science, so many yard signs tell us. In God we trust, our money reminds us. Trust your gut, a friend might advise. For me, there is only one thing in which I can truly place my trust. One reliable truth that I can always depend on. That truth? That everything will change. Every single micro, macro, meteorological, astronomical, structural, conceptual, sentient, synthetic, mental, physical, emotional thing will change. All of it, all of this, right now, is in a perpetual state of impermanence. Simply put, this too shall pass. Trust is a concept we tend to hold in a comforting, steadying regard. We want to trust our partners, trust our bodies, trust our leaders and moral convictions. We put our trust in things that we believe will support us, love us, defend us. And that's okay. That's good. It's healthy. It creates bonds, it uplifts awareness, compels us to care about things, inspires us to live. Trusting that everything will change, however, is not particularly comforting nor steadying. I mean, it can be when it's 18 days to spring and it's 5 degrees outside, or you're recovering from norovirus, or looking to the 2026 midterm election. But ultimately, the fact of impermanence does the opposite of what we think trust should do. It destabilizes us and throws everything into question, including all those things we like to trust: our partner's affection, our body's abilities, our leader's instincts, societal structures as we know them. It's legit and exhausting and at times frightening truth to trust. Buddhism teaches that our innate resistance to accepting the impermanence of things is the root of all suffering, otherwise known as attachment. We get attached to everything, both what we like and what we don't like. We get attached to hating things, and it throws us when suddenly they do something that's not hateable. And we suffer when these things we're attached to inevitably change. The fact of impermanence does not have to cause suffering, though, especially if we possess one powerful and transformative trait: courage. Or as the Cowardly Lion might say, courage. What do they got that I ain't got? Courage. It is said there are two types of courage. One demands we armor up and leap into action, and the other demands we strip naked and surrender. Today, I would like to consider the latter form of courage, which I believe is the braver and wiser embodiment of courage. Now, you might not like the use of that word, surrender, in there. But surrender here does not mean giving up or giving into fear or apathy. Quite the opposite, in fact. Surrendering here means committing to live fully into the inherent free fall that is life. Detaching, unhooking ourselves from our aversions and our desires, and being with the raw truth of what is. A raw truth that is everything, everywhere, all at once. As my mentor, Kim Crawford Harvey, often reminds me, life is always all of everything. Life is always all of everything. We need only look at all those flickering candles to have a small gist of all the sensations and emotions dancing through each of our lives, right here, right now. What happens when we expand that recognition beyond our walls, beyond. Now, surrendering to the vulnerabilities of being alive does not require you to live in some multiverse, time-space, emotional continuum, but it does require us to calm our grasping, clinging minds, shift down past the steam that's coming out of our ears and our clenched teeth and our shallow breaths, and open our hearts. Well, actually, let our hearts break and stay there for a few beats. This is the courage, the fearlessness that Trungpa Rinpoche describes in our reading today. To be fearless, he teaches, is to relate with whatever arises with a sense of sadness and tenderness, rejecting the aggressive, hardcore street fighter mentality, letting go of hard edges. My friends, so much of the input we are exposed to day after day right now pushes us to a hard edge of rage, disgust, hate, despair, blame, shame, fear. We see it on all sides. And I know many of us feel helpless right now and are looking for something to do that can change the way things are going. And there are plenty of things you can do. Just ask me if you're at a loss. But at the baseline, what you can do today and each day is resist being coerced towards a hard edge. Stay soft, beloveds. Stay soft. I am convinced the only antidote to the suffering of this time is connection. Courageous, curious, compassionate connection to other real-life living human beings. When we are in touch with the tenderness of our broken hearts, we naturally feel a deeper connection to the life all around us. It's unavoidable. You'll feel it. As Pema Chodron, a student of Trungpa Rinpoche, writes, war and peace start in the human heart. Whether that heart is open or whether that heart closes has global implications. I was fortunate this week to attend a discussion led by Penobscot teacher Sherry Mitchell. During our hour together, she reminded us again and again that what we feed grows. I do not want to live in opposition, she said. I do not want to direct my energy toward what I don't want. I do not want to vision worst-case scenarios. I want to feed what I want to grow. We can be conscious co-creators, she said, of a different reality than what we see so often on our screens. Right now, she said, is the time to actively vision the world we want to inhabit. Such visioning, such possibility, such openness is the joy and comfort of impermanence. Things not only can change, they will change. How do we want to change them? All that we touch, we change. All that we change changes us. The only lasting truth is change. Anyone who's experienced a broken heart knows that within that place of deep grief can exist abundant love. It's a broken open kind of feeling where up close and personal with change, we suddenly recognize the preciousness and fragility of life. We see how all beings suffer and how all beings do not want to suffer. We feel the impact deeply, more deeply than usual, of another's kindness. We recognize how everyone has or will experience the pain of a broken heart. We recognize that we have no idea what any given person is going through on any given day. Oddly, miraculously, there is profound joy to be found in this place of deep grief, because joy ultimately is love. It is in this place, some think, that the soul exists, that place where joy and sorrow unite. Universalists might say that this experience is the embodiment of our inherent goodness. Some Buddhists would call it bodhicitta, which means awakened heart, and is the source of all compassionate action. It's a huge feeling, perhaps too huge to feel all the time, at least until we're enlightened. But this broken, open state of being is something we can practice, we can play with, we can cultivate, so that in those moments when the steam is coming out of our ears or the apathy is rising, we can stay soft, stay in tender touch with life, and resist the allure of that hard edge. The Buddhist beings who fully embody bodhicitta are called bodhisattvas, beings of ultimate compassion. They're often referred to as warriors, because to possess ultimate compassion, you gotta be fierce and you gotta have courage. Courage, courage, courage. Courage. At the root of the word courage is a syllable cur, a syllable derived from the French word cœur, which means what? Does anyone know what that word means? Heart. At the root of the word courage is not the word for fist, or sword, or rage, or mind, or war, or shield. The root of the word courage is heart. My friends, some of you know me well enough at this point to know that in hard times, my first stop is usually the Dharma, the Buddhist teachings for insight. And some of you have also probably caught on to the truth that there's another source I look to in times of both disruption and ease. And that source is Taylor Swift. Any Swifties in the room? A few. This is my evangelical movement, I think. Taylor's recent single, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart has been resonating with me lately. The song, pretty much like all Taylor Swift songs, is about a boy. But you know us UUs, we are good at translating and making meaning out of experiences and philosophies that aren't necessarily our own. And I gotta say, when I listen to this bop, I do indeed find a theological teaching embedded there. It's a song essentially about being brokenhearted and nonetheless trying to stay the course, keeping your broken heart intact along the way. Here's how the chorus goes. I'm a real tough kid. I can handle it. They say, babe, you gotta fake it till you make it, and I did. Lights, camera, and smile, even when you wanna die. Breaking down, I hit the floor, all the pieces of me shattered as the crowd was screaming more. I was grinning like I'm winning, I was hitting the mark, because I can do it with a broken heart. And then she sings, I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday every day. Joy and sorrow unite. I cry a lot, but I am so productive, it's an art. You know you're good when you can do it with a broken heart. Just singing it in my head and singing the next verse in my head right now. Okay, back to the sermon hill. Our hearts are broken, friends. Our hearts are broken. There is no denying it. There is no way your heart cannot be broken in this world right now. There is no way. It is a choice whether or not you want to feel it. You want to know it, you want to touch it. The truth of our existence is a state of tenderness tinged with sadness. To live in this state is to embody our basic goodness, to bravely awaken our hearts and live in a state of deep connection with everyone else out there whose heart is broken, whether or not they know it. In other words, you know you're good when you can do it with a broken heart. You know you're good when you're doing it with a broken heart. That's good. Stay soft, my friends. Don't get sucked in. Beware the allure of the hard edge. Cultivate the in-between. All you touch, you change. All you change changes you. Every day is a good day. And you're good. You can do it with a broken heart. And you're not alone. Blessed be this moment. Blessed be this life. And blessed be always the courage that's in our hearts. Amen. Let it be so. And will you rise in body and spirit and join in singing our closing hymn, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart by Taylor Swift. I'm joking. Number 155, Circle Around for Freedom.
Where's Nancy? One, two, three. Circle round for freedom. Circle round for peace. For all of us in prison. Circle for release.
Thank you, strummers. Thank you all for joining us this bright morning. A reminder about the newcomer meet and greet in our common room downstairs. Hope to see some of you there in our Building on Love conversation circle. Will you stay risen in body and spirit for this moment of benediction, my friends? May all beings be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings experience profound joy and the causes of profound joy. May all beings stay soft, keep their tender hearts close, and connect to everyone they meet so that all can get free. And will you join me in the words of our unison benediction? For those who come here seeking God, may God go with you. For those who come embracing life, may life return your affection. For those who come to seek a path, may the way be found and the courage to take it step by step. Go in peace, my friends. The service begins when the service ends. But first, please enjoy singing along to some Bob Marley with the strummers.
Oh, yeah. Here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. Pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true, saying this